I'm here in the kitchen with Brandon, but before we continue, Brandon, why don't you tell everyone watching a little bit about yourself if they haven't seen you before, who you are, how old you are, where you come from, what people know you best for.
My name is Brandon Abraham. I'm 19 years old from London. And yeah, people know me for winning the 2020 Logitech G Challenge. I love racing, so I played Forza, the first Forza, when I was 4 years old on Xbox at my grandma's house. Yeah, and it's crazy to think now that some of the tracks I used to love back then and race on, I've now driven on in real life. So it's yeah, quite nice to do that.
Brandon, racing is about both mental and physical preparation, always, as is any sport. Part of keeping yourself in peak physical condition is your diet and cooking.
The fitness aspect is and health aspect is so underlooked in esports and motorsport in general. You know, for me as a driver on track and on the esports world, it's it literally dabbles in both and it benefits you in both ways for each of us. So it's yeah, it's an amazing aspect which people don't really utilize, I feel. So
we are going to make a couple of different things. We're going to make a sweet and sour chicken, a mapo tofu. Finally, we're going to just have a little bit of garlic and stir fry some pak choi as well. Let's get started. When did Brandon start getting an interest in motor racing?
It started with like video games. Like I don't know if you remember a game called Ridge Racer. It's funny, he's around 4 or 5. When he got older, I took him to Southend. The kart in there, and the karts were basically made planks of wood with some wheels on them and you know, some sort of a lawnmower engine. He did very well, and he was, you know, lapping all the locals there, and they got quite upset with him. Kind of set off a little spark in my mind that when we get back to London, I'm going to find a place for him to kart. An opportunity was given to us. The team is NHA Motorsports, and a fantastic guy, a guy called Paul. He let Brandon come down and do a test at with Brands Hatch, and he was so impressed with Brandon that he really lent a hand and just got involved in helping push Brandon that way. And then we ended up with Brandon doing his first race at Silverstone.
Me getting into sim racing, it's kind of a long story because originally I used it to practice my real life racing, right? Because I did karting when I was younger. And I started to play things like Assetto Corsa, just to practice in general. And as I got into it more, I realized there was a big scene in esports, which is like another opportunity. So alongside real racing, I can do that. So then, yeah, I started to look at trying to join team, which I managed to do, I think, in 2019. And then, yeah, I went from there, really kind of just started racing in championships and, yeah, just doing the best I could. It's so weird, it's like, I'm getting into like a deep focus while doing this, like it's, it's interesting. There's always ups and downs, but I think, you know, the downs make you stronger. And in my opinion, if you didn't have any downs, you know, I wouldn't be who I am today. So for example, back in the 2020 Logitech G Challenge, a back marker, right, on the second to last lap was parallel parked in Monaco across the track, and I went straight into him.
That particular event, the Logitech Challenge, was one of the biggest events of the year. To get to that point where you're just about to win, and you're thinking, there's nothing in between me and the finish line. There's nothing there at all. And for that to appear, it kind of summed up his luck a bit, career-wise sometimes. And I must admit, it hurt a little bit.
I mean, I'm gonna take notes from this because me making my bland chicken at home, this is gonna be much more interesting and hopefully nice way to make it.
What about before you cooked for yourself? What was food like growing up? So,
I mean, I had a variety. Obviously, I've got a lot of different cultures in my family. Welsh, you know, got Chinese in my family and Trinidad as well. You know,
that's an amazing mix, by the way. It sounds like you should have some of the best food in the world.
When that moment happened, he'd signed off, and you know, I admit I was hugging him because he was really upset, and I was hugging him, and he just couldn't believe it. He got to that point, and for it to be taken away like that, it was almost like, why does it always happen to him, kind of thing. And I was hugging him, and then we got the phone call, and that it was going to be a rerun, and he just got up, jumped straight back on the sim, and just switched on again. I felt that it was lost, and the feeling of losing it made me want to win it even more, you know what I mean? So I came back and just had to perform even better and just knuckled down, and I thought I just, yeah, get this done, you know? The moments I've had with him, and the hotels, and the sitting in a Premier Inn, and you know, walking around a track and a track walk. It's fantastic, sorry. I don't know why that's happened, but it's been enjoyable, yeah. I don't know why that happened, actually. Sorry. For me, obviously, this is kind of the path I've chose, the sport I've
always wanted to do. And I feel like always having these constant reminders about my career, always like motivational quotes, things like that, always just reminds me, why I'm here, why I'm doing this. Always, when I get up in the morning, I see all my trophies, what I've done, and it just reminds me, it gives me that boost to get on with the day and try and achieve my goals. So. I was saying, when I go home and show my mum this, like I can do things like this, she'll be very impressed. I might try and cook for the family once.
You did this, mate.
Yeah, it was a team effort, but
it was a good team effort.
Yeah, no, it was good. Honestly, I mean,
that took so much longer than I thought it would because of the.
Yeah, I haven't cooked something this complex like ever, to be honest. So no, it was great that we did that, and you kind of showed me the ropes in a way. So no, it was cool.
Please enjoy.
It looks absolutely fantastic. All I'm interested in, can you reproduce this at home without you?
Well, guys, I'm really, really happy you enjoy this. And
yeah, it was really good process.
Brandon, I thought you did fantastically.
Thank you. No, I appreciate it.
This is your creation as much as it is mine. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, later on this week, I'm expecting photos of Brandon cooked this for us this evening.
Yeah. As long as you also you're going to do the dishwashing course after this, because that's the other.
Now about that, that's a completely separate curriculum.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.